Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we've got some things to go over from the Star Trek Resurgence Twitter feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, welcome, but also consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love, our passion for things Star Trek, of course, things Star Trek Resurgence. Now, with that said, here we go. Captains, we just did a video a couple days ago with the updates that we gotten from the actual the Twitter feeds here, and it was about the date, which they pinned up here, which of course is arriving May 23rd, 2023. And just today we get another tweet, so they are really now ramping up for trying to give some hype to this game, and here we get. So what we're gonna do is go over the blog, go to the site here, and then of course drop our ECs, see what's new, and then at the end give our conclusion. So here we go. We've refreshed Star Trek Resurgence.com with a bunch of new screenshots and our brand new forums. Hurry over right now to get one of those sweet day one usernames. Pretty cool. So we're gonna head over there. We're brought to this, so that is looking pretty cool there. So you can see here at the header, news, forum support, your choices. This is where it actually just brought us here. And some of this we've already seen, but it's just kind of an ongoing clip here. So Star Trek Resurgence arrives May 2023. And you see here, Epic Games, Xbox, and PlayStation is where it's going to be available. So I believe Epic Games is gonna be a PC type sort of platform where you can get it. Of course, Xbox and PlayStation. I think we're going to be getting it on the PlayStation, if not Epic Games, because I do have an account there, so we'll see. So we got that, but this here, we got this cool rolling shot here. So these are some definitely some new pics here. So it says here, fly shuttles. We'll go over each picture here. Portal 63. I'm not sure what it is, and it'll keep going, keep rolling through the screenshots until you hover your mouse over it, but once you hover off of it, it will shift it. That looks a pretty looking evil looking villain. Of course, here, save the warp core we've seen. I love, one of the things I've said when we were going over the trailer videos here, I love how TNG this feels. I love how the look of the engineering room goes here. So it says save the warp core. I think it's kind of hinting to events in game here. Get our mouse off of that, have it go here. Use the ship's computer. So again, it's part of the story here there with the engineer there, the Vulcan engineer, kind of like that. Again, we're going to get some cool TNG stuff, vibes going on here. And this is straight fresh off of Picard season 3 there. So this is welcomed, very welcomed in my opinion. Next slide here. Too bad there's no way to click it here. But anyways, command the bridge. Now this is giving me huge TNG vibes, but also Star Trek Bridge Commander vibes. So again, it's probably just going to be choices. Again, I do know what we're kind of getting into here since I've played Telltale games before. It's literally just picking choices here, but I think this is going to really feel good. And I'm here for the story. Definitely here for the story and anything that will keep us more engaged. See what I did there? Engaged in terms of being in the Star Trek universe, I am all for. That is definitely TNG vibes right there. Now, this, I saw this and I was like, live long and prosper. So this is a prediction for this certain screenshot here. We are probably going to be given a choice to save this Vulcan engineer here. And you can see that he's in the engineering room and it's not looking so good. There's sparks flying, I think like fire in the background there. And I think what he does here is, one of the choices is save the ship, and he seals himself off in the engineering room and sacrifices himself, possibly. Why else would he be doing that, right? So again, this kind of reminds me of a scene from Strange New Worlds when Hemmer had to die. He did a LLaP there, so maybe, who knows? That's one of my predictions so far, that we're gonna have to save him. This, yes, definitely, this looks really cool here. Look at this. Visit space stations. Now, again, this is probably going to be a story in terms of just go to station. I don't think we're going to be flying the Resolute the more that I go over the pictures and information. I hope we do. It would be kind of nice, but kind of some shots here of the ships that we'll be seeing in this particular shot, or at least in this station, is we get a steam runner. That was unexpected. We get a steam runner, and we get a couple of Mirandas there in the background. Of course, it had to be Miranda. Why not a Miranda? It could have been an Akira. It could have been a Sovereign, even a Galaxy class. But no, let's stick in some red shirt ships in there, right? But I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think it's just probably just like a story part where we go to a station, explore the USS Resolute. So I love this display here. You see kind of the layout of the ship there, and also again kind of side profile of how it looks. I really, Captain, some of you know that I do actually cover Star Trek Online. I would love to have this skin in Star Trek Online just because. But that looks pretty cool right there. Search everywhere. So I guess we're going to be able to kind of walk around. I don't know exactly where this is, but as you can see, it's one of the characters that will be playing there. It looks like it's still on the ship, possibly. I don't know where this is, but we're going to find out soon. Less than a month, Captains. Less than a month. We're going to find out. Explore Usonia. That looks like a bunch of dilithium crystals. And we know that the sort of story, or one of the story points is there is we're trying to negotiate, I believe, between two species, and the Federation's interest is, of course, dilithium. And so this is what I believe where we're going to be going there is Sonia. Quite the vast looking ship. And then a warp to exotic locations. Again, Star Trek TNG feels right there. I love the size of the bridge. I will state that right now. The bridge size is perfect. It's not a small community hall, but just a perfect size bridge in my opinion. Not to say I didn't have any problems with the bridges there in Star Trek Picard, but they just felt too big. Meet Dr. Duvall. So I believe this is the first time we're seeing this character here. So we get a glimpse of who the ship's doctor is, which is Dr. Duvall. Wonder if we're going to get a little more backstory on her, or she's just going to be a character in the background. So infiltrate enemy ships. That sounds pretty cool. And comes with our own mask there. It's like an away mission, us two, a little phaser fight. Explore a strange new world, of course. Looks like we're going to go to an ice planet there, and we're going to be in an EV suit. And we knew we were going to be like shooting things here and there, so that's something to look forward to. Investigate Hotari. That looks like a very cool epic scene right there with ships either, I'm not sure if they're shooting the ground or beaming something up or mining possibly, but you can see our main character there. She's there with a, that could be Hotarian. They're overlooking what is either their operations, or I can't say it's an attack because they're just kind of on looking there. So we're going to find out. Love new screenshots. Love it, love it, love it. Now search the computer core. Now that's quite interesting there. So again, I'm not sure if this is our ship or it's, I mean, all the displays there does look like, so possibly it is. Again, we're going to find out. Solve engineering problems. Now that is one of the cool things here. Of course, a lot of Star Trek fans have gotten into engineering type jobs because of what we've seen on screen. So this, I hope it's like, it's probably gonna be like mini games, I think, but we're probably gonna get asked questions by the engineer there and chief engineer and try to solve them via mini games or choices. Meet Captain Solano. Of course, we know him already, but that, I believe that's a new screenshot of him. And of course, save the galaxy with our other main characters. I think that was all the slides there. Yeah, fly shuttles there. So again, we get to fly the shuttles. One of the images we saw here, of course, on that we went over there a couple of days ago, was a screenshot, of course, of us inside the shuttle there. So that is going to be that. So again, so add to Epic Waitlist, watch more. We still have these little screenshots here. I haven't seen this one yet, I believe. Oh no, I think we've seen this. Yeah, I believe we've seen this already. These are like some of the trailers that we've seen. Probably you can click, yeah, you can click on them there. Yeah, we have seen them before. So that was the videos that went over there. I believe here this is kind of more gameplay here.
I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before.
Impulse.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday. We need to learn everything we can.
You're not gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it.
This can't be right.
Time to impact. 1 minute. Jara, I need you to do the right thing.
Yeah, we've seen some of this already, but again, loving the vibes.
The interests of the Federation and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Ooh, very Star Trek. Again, quite excited. Really, I am. 11 minutes. So this is probably just gameplay. Yeah, we've seen that already. So now, next up here at the bottom here, available platforms. So we're gonna click on Epic Games, see what happens here. So it's gonna take us to the site here. It's coming soon. Narrative. Yeah, again, we know it's a narrative game with just choices here and there. A little bit of action. Features. I believe this is going to be a downloadable on PC. Yeah, platform. There you go. PC. So the Epic link here is going to take you there. And of course, if we go to... I'm going to go click on the PlayStation because I do have PlayStation. If it's going to allow me to click it. No, it's not. No. Okay, it just allowed me to click on Epic, but I'm guessing closer to launch or on launch day, you'll be able to hit these two. Where have we been? So of course, read more of the latest news here. So there's their site there. And then of course we get this, a dramatic lab adventure. Of course, a collaboration of 20 plus former Telltale writers, developers, designers, artists, and producers. Star Trek Resurgence is being developed and published independently in a partnership with Epic Games under license from Paramount. Very cool. Stay up to date here. Of course, you can sign up for that if you want. And again, of course, the release date. Love the page. Kind of simple, but that's okay. Now we're going to go here. Let's see news here. Have no? Nothing? Really? Okay. News forum? There you go. All right. General site feedbacks. There you go. So this is, again, something that we can go in here and sign up if you want. Supports, what's this? Probably just something. What type of game is it? Of course. There you go. So we'll go over this. Frequently asked question. What type of game is it? Because some people are saying, do you know what we're going to do? I do. So Star Trek, in case you don't, here we go. Star Trek Resurgence is a narrative adventure game featuring dialogue choices, relationship building, and exploration. Alongside dialogue-driven role-playing and rich branching storylines, you will also engage with the Star Trek universe in a variety of other gameplay styles, including shuttle piloting, phaser fights, tricorder scanning, stealth, and micro gameplay mechanics, which I think we kind of mentioned there with the engineering stuff, but nothing saying about space pew-pews. I'm sad, but that's okay. First or third person. Direct control of player movement in Star Trek Resurgence uses a third person over-the-shoulder camera, which I do prefer. Dialogue-driven role-playing is presented in a playable cinematic format. How many playable characters? Resurgence follows two principal characters through a single epic story with gameplay switching between these characters, similar to Telltale's Game of Thrones or Tales from the Borderlands. Interesting. What Star Trek period is it set in? Star Trek Resurgence is set in the year 2380, in the era immediately following the Star Trek The Next Generation feature films. So this was prior to Picard events, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, Caps. There's that. What else is here? Go here. Oh, look at that. Which Star Trek characters are in it? Star Trek Resurgence features an all-new crew on an all-new starship, but also includes characters that are fan favorites. Stay tuned for more info. Well, we know Spock is in there. So who's making it? Star Trek Resurgence is created by Dramatic Labs, an independent collaboration of 20. Of course, we read that our former Telltale writers, developers, artists, and producers. Star Trek Resurgence will be familiar to fans of Telltale's unique style of gameplay, but also brings some welcome additions and refinements from Dramatic Labs. Is it episodic? No. Star Trek Resurgence is a single large story that will be entirely available upon release. So I think that answers the question that I had or hoped that we would get, is more downloadable content. It looks like it's just one shot right there, which I hope, if this does good, maybe they'll do more of it. So that is probably the thing that we can look forward to. If this game does do good in terms of sales, of course, because money talks, Captains, then that means we could get a Star Trek Resurgence 2. But let's see first how this does. And then, of course, we'll always be given our thoughts when we go through the playthrough there and see if it is something that we want to look forward to in a second game. What engine are you using? It's proudly being built using Epic's Unreal Engine and Beanie, haven't heard of that, our interactive screenwriting system and narrative engine. Who's publishing it? Of course, here Star Trek are being developed and published independently and in partnership with Epic Games under license of Paramount CBS. Multiplayer, microtransactions, NFTs, more questions. Star Trek Resurgence is a single player experience without microtransactions, DLC, NFTs, or other additional monetization models. So that probably puts this price point at, I'm gonna take a guess, 60 to 70 bucks is what it's gonna, and probably, hopefully, over about 12 hours. Because right now, I'm gonna tell you, Captains, right now, first and foremost, I'm gonna be definitely be taking my time when we're playing this. Was this Star Trek Resurgence coming soon? We apologize, we're working hard. No, whoops. We'll just go back here. Go news, there you go. Coming May 23rd. Of course, we'll probably just leave it on that screen there. I'm going to be taking my time when it comes to playing this. I'm going to just let myself get lost, make the choices. Most likely, we'll probably do multiple playthroughs, maybe, but the choices that we make will be definitely of the safer type when we go through. That's just normally my sort of gameplay style anyways, in terms of multiple choices, even in real life, really. I try to play it as safe and or as balanced as I can. And then maybe a second playthrough being a little bit more aggressive, possibly, if we have fun and if it's, they're offering us possibly different endings, different sort of scenarios as we go through. Definitely something that we can see ourselves going through over again, because like other games that I play, like per se Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I played that game, I have like almost 600 hours, and it's the same story that I grew up with, but I love it. If it's something that we love, it's something that we'll do over and over again. And of course, that experience, Captains, we will share with you here on the YouTube bridge. So there you go, Captains. That is the video. Thought we would go over that because, again, hot off the heels of the video we did a couple days ago, we thought we would do this because there were some great new screenshots there, some interesting little nuggets that they're throwing at us. So with any more news, of course, we will cover it here on the YouTube bridge. So do us a favor, like the video, comment below, let us know what you are looking forward to and if you're getting this game. And of course, subscribe here to YouTube bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.